Bloody hell, this is a bit of a rush. Hold on. Hang on, let me get you. Oh, God almighty. Sorry, darlings, I'm all behind like a cow's tail. It's been a late one. Right, you're on all messages. Right, pretend you haven't seen that. Where's me? Oh, fuck's sake. Fucking hell. Hold on. Right. Boom. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Lordy. Oh, God, I'm knackered. Well, hello, darlings, and a very warm, wibbly, wobbly, willy waving welcome to Saturday Night Live, except it's not. It's not Saturday Night Live. It's Sunday morning already. It's gone midnight. And unexpectedly, I appear to be hosting Emma's after party. So, oh, God almighty. Oh, talk about a bit of a rush. So I hope you've all had a fantastic evening with Emma, and I hope you have had a fantastic day, and I hope you're having a lovely weekend, and I hope your bowel movements have been regular, and I hope you had a nice lunch. I hope some of you had some hot pottering action somewhere along the way. I hope you're all set up and ready for Easter, and I probably hope a lot of other things as well, but I'm too discombobulated to get my head around them because I didn't think I was going to be doing this. You're lucky I'm not in my gym jams, except I don't really have any gym jams. So what I really mean is you're lucky I'm not naked. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, so what's going to happen over the next half an hour? Because it's only going to be half an hour, darlings. Look, on the plus side, and look, this is the fickle finger of fate waggling itself in your direction. You'd be amazed what I can do with my fingers. But we don't want to be talking about that. Don't talk to the nice ladies and gentlemen about that on a Sunday morning when they're getting ready to go to church. What's the matter with you? Now I've forgotten what I was saying. What the hell was I bloody talking about? No, not a clue. It's completely gone. Oh, I remember. Something along the lines of, I don't know what the hell we're going to do now. But I very rapidly muster together what I can. There's a hedgehog of truth. If you'd care to ask a quick question, I've got a lovely birthday card to open. There's a box there that wants a double pounding. It's getting a double pounding tonight, whether it likes it or not, or this morning. And of course, in just one moment, darlings, I will dive into your comments, which are, please allow me to say, very much the meat and vegetables of this bowl of tomato soup of a community doings. I'm all over the bleeding place, loves. I haven't got a clue what's going on. I might just have a swallow of what. Well, I'll tell you what I have got. Oh, God, I forgot my portable electric devices, didn't I? Oh. What we've definitely got is a voice note. So I'll tell you what, I can read that. Read it, I can play it. I can play it while I get my bearings and try and figure out, oh, what's going on. Oh, we've got a video. That's nice.
When you empty Sean's box there, you have to put it in the bag like a condom to make sure it's safe sex there.
If there's more than one or how many there are or anything like that. Oh, right, was that? And then we've got a video.
He felt like he was winning. He celebrated afterwards. He's got to seal his round for the championship fight.
Okay, that looks like the boxing match, which of course took place tonight. Okay, right. So where have I been? Well, we have had at the restaurant tonight, darlings. We have had a proper old school Saturday night. We've had a full restaurant. We've had lovely customers, regular customers. We've had friends. I've been out to some of my very favorite customers, including the lovely Sue and Barbara, who are having parties at home, and we've taken massive takeaway orders for them, those who are eating at home. I've taken bottles of champagne to my favourite customers as little Christmas gifts and thanks for their support over the last year. And it's been a late one. It turned into a late one. We had some late night rowdy customers in, rowdy in a good way, not obstreperous or anything like that. They'd had a good swally, as our Scottish friends call it. They'd had a bit of something to drink, and they were having a good time, and they were a bit raucous. And then we had late night customers coming in, but as they were turning out the pubs, and it all just turned into a bit of a late one. And then we had a super late delivery, and of course the driver had buggered off hours ago, hadn't he? And then while all of this is going on, there was a rather important boxing match that I was very keen not to miss. So I watched some of the fight because Chintan Uncle at work, very helpfully, he knows all of the illegal things that you can put on your phone, so you can watch things that you're not supposed to be able to watch unless you've paid for them. And then when I was out and about in the car and coming home, I had the Radio 5 live coverage playing. So I know not all of you are boxing fans. In fact, maybe the majority of you aren't. But if you did watch or listen to the fight, what did you think of the scorecards? Because they're going to be controversial, aren't they? And what did you think of the fight and anything else you want to talk about? I'm just going to jump into your messages because we haven't got long, darlings. We haven't got long, and I'm really touched that you wanted a bit of nonsense from me at midnight. And thank you to Emma for allowing me to be her after party after she did a full 3 hours of Christmas wonderfulness. I didn't see a single second of it apart from the last 2 minutes when she sang my all-time favourite Christmas song. So I've got no idea what you talked about or what you got up to, but I hope you all had a fantastic time. And it's not the last that you will see of the M11 before Christmas, because we'll be doing our joint live on Monday. I have made the ultimate sacrifice. We have got a very short notice staff Christmas party. When is it? It's Monday night, isn't it? And the company have pulled out all the stops. There's going to be amazing food, free drink. They were willing to put me up for the night so that I didn't have to drive home. And I said, I'm sorry, I have prior plans. You should have let me know. I needed more notice. I'm a man in great demand, I said, and I get booked up weeks in advance. So I'm forsaking my staff Christmas party, and I'm getting put under a load of pressure because I didn't go last year for the same reason. It was organised with like 48 hours notice. And again, obviously, it was on a Monday, and I'd made plans. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was doing something with mustard, a collection or a delivery or something, and it was an early one, and I wasn't going to get back in time. So I didn't go last year, and that ruffled a few feathers. And now they've actually set up, they've set up a WhatsApp group so that they can, and put me in it so they can all nag me to come on Monday night. And I said, no, I needed more notice. It'll be good fun, and they want me there, and it's not going to be the same without me being there. And they've got entertainment, and they pulled it all together at the last minute, and they'll spend a fortune because they always do. And no doubt it will be great fun, but it's not as easy for me as it is for them. They've organised it where they all live, because they all live within 5 to 10 minutes walk of each other. Whereas for me, it's an hour there. It means going into the middle of Nottingham, and I hate Nottingham. I hate most cities. I particularly don't like driving in Nottingham. And then I've got to either have an overnight, or I've got to not have a drink and drive back. And it's easier just to say, look, I'm sorry, I needed notice. If they'd have given me notice, then I would have I'll tell you what I would have done. I wouldn't have gone to Snowdonia last week. I'd have used that money to book a hotel in Nottingham instead, and I'd have done the staff party. I'd have done the live stream. Uh, I'd have done maybe a live stream at the staff party, and then left relatively early and done the joint live in the hotel room or something like that. But at this late stage, I've made arrangements with Mustard to go to the yard, and we've got the day planned. I've made arrangements with the M11 to do the joint live, and I don't want to just turn that all upside down on a moment's notice. But I'm getting serious grief. Ram told me about it, and I said I couldn't do it. So the first thing he did, the bloody great telltale, he told Bishnu. And now Bishnu's saying no, he has to come. He's a senior person in the company now. It's important that he's there. Blah de blah de blah. So I don't know. I'll tell you what I might do. If they put me under pressure again tomorrow, I'll say, right, I can do it, but I'm not staying in any of your houses because I need to do my live stream and whatnot. If you put me up in a really nice hotel, the kind of hotel that's got a minibar, then I'll come. and when it's going to hit them in the wallet, they might change their mind about how important it is that I'm there. Anyway, first cab off the rank tonight was Paulie Galtieri, our friend Richard, who said, "Good evening, Boaty and everyone. Hope you've all had a good day and evening. Pocahontas 100 is with us. Hello, Boaty. How are you? Hello, chat. Good evening, Boaty," says Peter P. Stratospherean is here. Jimmy Quinn's here. Matron's here. Poppy's Travels. Black Lines, just as I was about to go to bed. Skick. The M11. Emma Lemon. It's been a bit stressful. Shipnail. Chaz Brown. I am all discombobulated. You're not on the wonk, are you? You shouldn't be on the wonk. I calibrated you exactly. Just lean over slightly and it'll make sense to you. Hello, Stu. Stu's here. Can you imagine a lock-in with Boaty? It'd be January the 1st before we got out. I'm thinking he's AI generated. Emma said you were late because you were... I'm not reading that out, Skick. And God above, you of all people should know I'm definitely not that way inclined. And neither is Bishnu. I can't think of anybody less gay than Bishnu. And of course, being gay in Nepali society is not okay. So if any of you, and I sincerely hope none of you do, but if any of you want to end it all and you don't want to have the inconvenience and cost of going to Dignitas, then just tell Bishnu that he's very obviously gay, and you'll soon be upstairs meeting your maker. He wouldn't respond terribly well to that. So early knockout, was it? Well, I don't know. I don't want to give away any spoilers. Did you watch the boxing? Yeah, I watched a bit of it, heard a bit of it, I caught all of it, one way or the other. I did, and I'm glad he lost, says Skick. Do you think he did lose, though? Because those scorecards were a bit out there, weren't they? They were a bit out there. Nice to see you both. Okay, working place. Got you on the Bluetooth. Hiya, Ross. Hope you're well, mate. I live on the Whittle, says Richard, and there's nothing leisure about it. Chintan uncle, who's that? Chintan, he was the manager at our restaurant, and now he just works Friday and Saturday nights, or maybe just the Saturday. If you wonder about the Chintan uncle thing, well, right. Now, Again, it's a Nepali thing, not just Nepali, an Asian thing, and also an Afro-Caribbean thing. Certainly, when I lived in Africa, it was very common. A term of respect, but also familiarity and informality for somebody who's older is uncle or auntie. So if you're kind of on a friendly basis with somebody, um, then and they're considerably, noticeably older than you, then you would call them uncle or auntie, except that in Nepali, the uncle comes after. So when Chintan was manager, then he was older than all of the other front of house staff. So he was called Chintan uncle. And but I decided that it would just be amusing if the manager was always called uncle, irrespective of the age. So since Chintan uncle, every manager has been whatever whatever their names happen to be. So after Chintan, we had Cuff Cuff uncle, who was a heavy smoker and was always brilliant manager. So I called him Cough Cough Uncle, and then everybody else did as well. And yeah, so that's the explanation of the uncle thing. The only and to further explain the thing, so if the age gap is narrower, so you kind of it's uncle and aunt if you're a different generation. Now they would call you, but well, actually, this gets complicated now. So if it's a different generation there and you've got like two chaps and they're a generation apart, then the older chap would be uncle, either their name and uncle, or just you would just call them uncle. So whenever the front of house guys come in and need to say something to Ram or Prem, the two chefs, they won't address them by name. They'll say uncle or Prem uncle, but normally just uncle. And the uncles would call them Bai, meaning younger brother. And then if the age gap is smaller, then with men, it's Dai and Bai. Dai means older brother, and Bai means younger brother. And again, it would come at the end of the name. So if you were like pretty much the same generation as Chintan, but he was older than you, then it would be Chintan Dai rather than Chintan uncle. There are and with ladies, it's different. Older sister is Didi, younger sister is Boaty, and so on and so forth. The exception is me. Nobody calls me, thank God, because it would make me feel ancient. Nobody calls me uncle, which I'm very, very grateful for. However young they are, nobody calls me uncle. They call me by my name, or they call me Dai, older brother. Or actually, what they tend to call me is Shiv Dai, because they gave me a Nepali name. They gave me and they named me Shiva, who is the most senior god. You know, if you're of good stock and you're like whatever, then you'll get named after a god. Lower caste don't get named after gods. You've got to be from an amazing family, and you will be named after a god. They've got plenty of gods, so there's no shortage. So Vishnu or Vishnu is the name of a god. The most senior god is Shiva, so they called me Shiva, and that gets shortened to Shivdai. So there you go. Why did I tell you all of that? I've got absolutely no idea. Oh, Skip was asking about Chintan Uncle. Black Line says, Boaty, in case I'm not around for the next few days, thank you for all the free entertainment you've made this year. All the best to you over Christmas. And I wish you a happy and prosperous new year. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. Well, cheers to you. Very best wishes to you for the festive period and the new year ahead. And you're more than welcome. It is quite literally, and I mean that literally, been absolutely my pleasure and my privilege. Uh, Emma's live was lush, says Peter P, and I'm delighted to hear it. Barry's here, that guy from SETI Alpha 5. And everybody's agreeing. And it's just a brief visit from Barry, but it's lovely to see him. Emma's live was good. Plenty of energy, says Skick. Of course it was going to be good. Do the live from your staff Christmas party, says Poppy's Travels. They did actually suggest that. They did suggest that. But I'm not sure how well that would work with a joint live, and I promised Emma I could do the joint live bit later. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll hit them up for a hotel room, and that way, if it doesn't happen, it'll be their fault. I'll just say, look, you've set it up just around the corner from all of you, so you can all walk there. If the company gets me a hotel room, nice hotel, mind, I'm not staying in any old. They know I've stayed at a Travelodge. I probably won't get away with that. But I'll tell them that if they put me up in a hotel, then I'll go. Otherwise, bugger them. Not literally. Do the Monday live from the Sherpa's Lodge, Boaty. Well, that's not going to work because the party is in Nottingham and the Sherpa's Lodge isn't. And I haven't got access to it yet. But, things are progressing up there, darlings. They're really, it's Saturday. And the last time I looked, which was at about, what time? It would have been at about 11:15, something like that. They were still working. There was, somebody was painting one of the ceilings. So they really are belting away there. I'm getting excited now because I'm absolutely convinced now that it's all going to happen and it's all going to go ahead. Which means I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to try and do grown-up things, aren't I? And make decisions. And what's worst of all, God, and this has only just struck me, I might need to start getting up earlier in the mornings. Oh, dear me. But it'll be exciting, won't it? As I say, it's going to take a month to get the place ready, to get it all furnished, to get it all dressed. So I will just move in there because I won't be paying for the heating, and I'm going to do a full-on Sean when I'm in there, darlings, and I'm staying there for that month or whatever. That heating is going to be on 23 degrees, mate. None of this 18 degree shit. None of that. No. I'm going to be luxuriating. Oh, hello. We've got another voice massage. Just downloading. Here we go.
Hi today, Uncle.
Don't call me Uncle. I'm not old.
I noticed you're a bit late coming online today, Uncle. Anyway, hope you've had a good day anyway, sir. And I'm sitting back and watching it now, sir. Anyway, as you can see, watch the fight anyway. All right, goodbye, Uncle.
What did you think of it? What did you think of the judges' score sheets? I'd be interested to know. We can talk about it tomorrow. There's going to be a lunchtime live tomorrow, darlings. That's the good or bad news, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, we're going to be doing a Sunday lunch live, and I'm really looking forward to it. So although tonight is going to be short, you get a lunchtime live tomorrow. How good is that going to be? And of course, you'll get Sunday night live as well. It's all going to be terrific and wonderful and various things. If you like that sort of thing. If you don't like it, then it's going to be hell on earth for you. But then just don't watch it. Go and do something else instead. Abuse yourself, or I don't know, try and chat up one of your neighbours, or just amuse yourself in some way. Oh, Oh, here we go. Right. This is exciting.
Show us your knickers.
What was that?
Show us your knickers.
That was either Spotty Botty. Anybody got a clue?
Show us your knickers.
Is that something about gas? But that voice note came through on the community chat, on the WhatsApp community chat, rather than directly to me, and I found that quite exciting. He's saying, "Show us your knickers." Who's that come from? God, that's come through on Messenger. Oh, right. Both Emma and Matron pinged me to say he's saying, "Show us your knickers." I didn't get that. I totally didn't get that.
Show us your knickers.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Well, you did well to interpret that. I didn't get show us your knickers. I haven't got knickers worth showing. I'm wearing the old ones today, darlings. I'm saving. I'm. Oh, it's the minor bird from the Carry On thingy. Oh, right, the minor bird. That was the archaeology one, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was called. Carry On with that double sexy Swedish or Finnish or well, Scandinavian trollop. Anyway, you know what I'm planning? I am planning at some point after Christmas, when the sales kick in. 2 years ago, I did a video where after Christmas I went and bought the microwave that I'm still using and got the flatbed one in the sales. And I would never go back to a turntable microwave. You want the flatbed. Honestly, it's a game changer. But I'm thinking of doing something similar. How did I manage to get a hair in my mouth? How does that work? Oh, sorry, just getting happy memories of hairs in my mouth there. I'm planning to head somewhere to one of those shopping centre things. You know, the type of things that make me want to rip my own head off when I'm actually there because I hate them so very, very much. And this is on the subject of underwear. Now, obviously, I've gone through my underwear recently, literally in some cases, because two of my three everyday pairs got the bugger. And it doesn't look like one of mine, and yet I suppose it must be. Two of my three everyday knickers now have got holes in them in the gusset region. You know, the whatever it is that I emanate from my undercarriage has done the damage and worn through. And I've also got a mad thing, right? Now, bear with me. This is going to be a bit weird. But I have got an urge. Well, I mean, I've got an urge to buy new underwear. I've got one decent pair of underwear, thanks to you, wonderful community, one of whom of you sent me a rather splendid pair of knickers that I'm delighted with. So I have got one decent pair. Hold on, we've got another doings. Is it this one? Yes, here we are.
Hello, Boaty. Don't forget to pound.
Why does this phone keep doing that? I'm not touching it. I play a voice note on it and it decides to just.
Hello, Boaty. Don't forget to pound your bugs the way that Nessa might pound your bunghole with a bug brush.
Oh dear. What accent was that? Right. I got a very nice tip today from the lovely Paul. Thank you, Paul, because Paul will watch this. So the box is getting a double pounding tonight. There's one and there's two. Thank you, Emma, for that timely reminder in an accent of your own choosing that I ain't got a clue. Haven't got a clue, darlings. I don't know what that was. It certainly wasn't Welsh. But then it wasn't Somerset either, was it? Maybe it was one of Captain Horseradish's close relatives. Maybe it was Allegro Man. Who knows? Now, something else pinged in as well. I'm sure it did. Oh, and now I've got to try and find it. Right, it wasn't there. Oh, it was here. Oh, it's in the community chat. Here we go.
I heard that you're Irish now, Peter P.
Oh dear. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing a post-Christmas mad mission. Now, as you know, I have only very recently become responsible for buying my own underpants, and I do need some more. Now, obviously, the only time I've bought my own underwear, I bought it from Sainsbury's because that is a place of comfort for me. But I'm thinking, in light of the fact that I'm going to become incredibly rich and famous and successful next year, I'm thinking about pushing the boat out. And I'm thinking about going to a Marks and Spencer's to purchase some new underwear, all on my own. All on my own. How brave am I? Exactly. And the other thing that I've never bought for myself, and I haven't had any for about 10 years, and I fancy some, aftershave. I haven't had any aftershave for about 10 years. I've never bought aftershave for myself, but it's always been like my underwear. It's been something that my other half would purchase for me. And I'm just thinking that next year, given that hopefully I'm going to be slightly less poor and perhaps slightly elevated in society, I would like to have some decent underwear and some nice aftershave. So I thought I might go mad in the post-Christmas sales and set out and try and buy decent quality knickers and some aftershave. Now, I don't know where you buy aftershave from. I haven't got a clue. So I'll be asking you guys to help me out with that and tell me where to go. I know what I want. I do know what I want. I don't know much about aftershaves, but I know that there are two that I like. Now, my favorite is what's it called? Aqua de Gio, and it's Armani, I think. Bear in mind, I haven't had any of this shit for over a decade. So the other one that I used to like from when I was, God, the first time I had this, I was in my early 20s and my mother bought it for me. I've got no idea if they even still make either of these, by the way. Not a clue. But the other one I liked, it came in a green bottle shaped like a hip flask, and it had a gold thingamy, and it was Ralph Lauren Polo. And I liked both of those. So I was thinking I might go mad and go out on a post-Christmas mission, my little present to myself, if you like, And I thought I would try and be a big, brave, grown-up Boaty and buy things that I haven't properly bought for myself. Well, I've never bought aftershave for myself, and I've only bought knickers for myself once, and I bought them from a supermarket, so I don't think that counts. So yeah, that is my plan, and I'll make a video about it, obviously. Um, yeah, if anybody could tell me where I should go, I'm thinking Marks and Spencer's for the underpants. Haven't got a clue where to go for aftershave. You guys tell. Well, if you guys have got any more insight, guys or girls, as to where's the best place to go and buy it, and by best I do mean cheapest, but not knockoff stuff. I want the real stuff. Then do let me know, and we'll have a little doobry heading out. I like the idea of going to I mean, imagine that things went really well next year, and instead of going to a Travelodge, I was going to a slightly nicer hotel, like going to the Grand for my birthday. Wouldn't it be nice to do it in knickers that haven't got holes in them, and smelling of something other than bitterness and disappointment? That might be nice, mightn't it? Yeah, I would enjoy that. You know, the smell of my aftershave might disguise the smell of the curry cooking in the hotel room, because I'm still too cheap to go out to a restaurant and have a meal. Oh dear. Right, let's open this lovely card. I think I know who this one is from, because this has come from Ireland, Port Ireland. And somebody said that they'd sent me one, and you know, they thought it would have turned up by now, and it hadn't. But hopefully, I can take you into the front parlour over the next day or so and show you the lovely array of Christmas cards and goodness I've got now. Oh, this is a nice one. Warm Christmas wishes from Ireland. And there's a lovely front parlour with dogs and a log burner. Oh, and then it says something in presumably in Gaelic, or is it Gaelic? Though the miles may lie between us, and it would be nice to have you here, these warm wishes are sent to you at this special time of year. Christmas greetings from Ireland. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Boaty, hope you have a lovely Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Lots of love and best wishes. Pocahontas 100. Oh, that is so nice. That is so lovely. All of your cards have been absolutely lovely and a blessing. So that looks nice, doesn't it? And then you've got the bit of Gaelic, and then there, and then the lovely handwritten bit. Pocahontas 100. Thank you so much. I will be. And you know what? The problem is, well, it's not a problem, or it's a nice problem to have. All these cards are reminders of you guys and the community, and I'm not going to want to take them down. I'm going to want them to just stay up throughout the year. But that's an old man's wish, isn't it? Oh, please, God, let it stay up throughout the year. Anyway, that's a completely different subject and not to be discussed on the Sabbath. Hell is a City. Good movie, says Steve. Oh, we're talking about Christmas dues. We're talking about Christmas dues. We thought Boaty was faithful, but he dissed us for two nearly naked men boxing. What is there to say? I didn't. I had to be at the restaurant. And I had to do a delivery and stuff. But because the boxing was on and a few of us are fans, then obviously when I'm in the car, I'm on my own. So I got to listen to it then. And Chintan Uncle set up his phone in tables 11, 12, and 14 had gone by this stage, and that's a bit of the restaurant where the staff hang out later on at night and where we eat. So he set up his phone on the corner of table 14, and in between serving the customers, we're just having a good old nose and seeing what's going on. I'm delighted with the result. I desperately wanted Sasha Alexander Usyk to win, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable. I haven't watched the entirety of the fight. I listened to it, I watched bits of it, but from all of the commentary, it sounds like the judges' scorecards were questionable. Um, but I know tomorrow, or as soon as the footage the old Nicki Minaj becomes available on YouTube, I'll watch it all and reach my own conclusions. It sounds like Fury fought a bloody good fight, and it sounds like it does sound like he was gassing a bit from the extra weight, but it sounds like he really committed to this fight and he expected to win it. And I'm gutted for him because that's not going to sit well with him. He hasn't got the personality that would deal well with that double loss. He hasn't got the equanimity, and he hasn't got the mental balance either. He's invested so much of his self-worth and self-esteem into this persona of his, the Gypsy King. And it's going to really knock him. It might sound weird, but I would be glad if it was a controversial decision, because that would be his get out of jail free ticket. Is that hail or snow outside? Yeah, because if it's a controversial decision, he can say, "Oh, I won that fight, but I was robbed," and then he'll carry on. Maybe they'll do a trilogy. Maybe he'll fight AJ for a shed load of money this summer and sell out Wembley Stadium 3 times over. And obviously, he'd beat the willies out of AJ. What's the weather been like with you? The wind today has been more than gale force. It's blown everything over. I went out to go to work this afternoon, and the wind literally blew me backwards, and I fell against the wall. Much, much stronger than during storm, whatever it was called, Dara, can't remember what it was called. And now it sounds like we've got a torrential rainstorm, hailstorm, snowstorm. I don't bloody know. Right, we better whiz through the comments and sod off. It's Evola's sunglasses. Hello to you. Nearly naked men must have watched Sean, says Andrew. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Sean got a bit of himself out in today's video, didn't he? Oh yes. You're welcome, ladies. Sadly, Tyson lost, says Barry. Well, Andrew, Sean, yes, I saw that. Well, says Poppy's Travels, what can I say? What indeed? Barry's going to head out. He's making supper. Karen's working. Poppy and Andrew are discussing Sean's nudity, and Poppy was keener on it than Andrew, possibly. What do they call you, Boaty? Shivdai, Jimmy F, or just Jason? Right, I'm now in bed, says Emma. Time to relax a bit now. Do they call you Bunghole Uncle? No, they don't. Nor did they call me Uncle Bungnut. We're still discussing naked Sean. Oh, Stephen S. Paul joined us. Hello there. Oh dear. The rich Corinthian beige leather sofas of the Joseph Lloyd Lounge. We're going to have to call it that now, aren't we? It's going to have to be called the Joseph Lloyd Lounge. And I am going to have to get a beige leather sofa. It's going to have to be done. It's absolutely going to have to be done. When we work out how many rooms we've got, maybe we could have more than one. No lunch stream, says Jimmy at 500. You'll get one from me tomorrow. Oh, and everybody else understood that it was show us your knickers. Bloody hell, I don't sound like that in real life, everyone, says Andrew. I prefer they shave, says Stu. No, not completely. Can't be doing with that. Boaty's broken again. What accent was that? Says Matron. I agree. I can't do the accent, says Emmett. You're right, you can't. Someone is deeply fascinated with arseholes and putting things in. Well, that was Boo. That was Boo's fascination. I mean, I escaped. How long were we together, me and Boo? 6 years, something like that. And I escaped unscathed, but there were some close calls. She was obsessed with it. Admittedly, I put a certain thing in a certain place on a fairly regular basis, and she thought that it should be a two-way street. But, I explained that it didn't work like that. Home bargains, says Stu. Okay, M&S. Good luck. The great smell of brute. Tobacco. Is there a Boaty Emma joint live on Monday night? I have to reshuffle my schedule. Yes, there is. There is a joint live on Monday night with the lovely Emma, and it will be our joint Christmas party. Bugger the staff party. They can sod off. Unless they come up with a really nice hotel, in which case I will go to the staff do, make sure I'm at the hotel by 10 o'clock, and we'll do it from there. But they won't. So, yeah, there will absolutely be a joint live. Boat is on the pull. Ralph Lauren polo is still made, says Richard. Ah, interesting. Get online. They do fake smells cheap. I don't want fake. I don't want. Adidas or Adidas have a great low-cost aftershave collection. I have them all at $9 a bottle from the warehouse. You look like an Old Spice man, if you ask me. Old Spice, the mark of a man. Emma, says Peter P., you would know what does Boaty smell like? Oh, this will be interesting. And Emma says, surprisingly, not of farts. Eau de Lambert and Butler. No, not the... Lambert and Butler would not be the fag of choice. Now, I'll get demonetized for this because you're not supposed to advertise any smoking paraphernalia on YouTube. But me and Jeremy Clarkson, we are cigarette buddies. Marlboro Gold used to be called Marlboro Lights. Always been my fag of choice. Get the testers offline, see what you like. They fit in your handbag or man bag. Oh, Boaty with a man bag. Get mustard one as well. I can vouch for the fact that he does not smell of fart, says Matron. I would like to smell of. Those were the two that I liked. I've been bought aftershaves over the year. You get them at Christmas and your birthdays and stuff when you've got families and whatnot. And I really liked Aqua di Gio. That was my favourite. And I wasn't averse to polo. So, stick with what you know. That's what I say. If they still make them, I will go for one of those. Whichever's cheaper, probably. I mean, imagine me going to a semi-swanky hotel with new knickers and smelling of aftershave. God, what a change. My favourite is Angel Share by Killian. Never heard of any of that. Hubnut wears WD-40 pour on. Oh, thank you, Pocahontas. It's a lovely card. Pinot in the pine cone-shaped bottle. Oh, and a signed photo of Mr. Lloyd on the wall of the Joseph Lloyd lab. Should we do that? Oh, that would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Imagine if we really went mad with the theme for each room and to that level where we had signed photographs. And so, and so we've got Mr. Lloyd with a signed photograph saying, "Enjoy your stay, sir. Stroke, madam." Oh, that would be so much fun. I'd love that. Oh God. We're going to have so much fun with this Airbnb. I just know we are. I know we are, and I can't wait. Boo sounded like my kind of woman, says Jimmy F500. She was a lot of men's kind of woman. I had a hell of a lot of competition when we first got together. And afterwards as well. Pegging with Boaty and Boo, OnlyFans channel right there. No, Boaty, the whole time I was visiting you, it was L&B. Yeah, but only because I couldn't get my preferred one at that time. I found a new supplier. You must be rich if you can afford the brand name Sigis. Yeah, no. You just need to know. You need to know some good. I was going to say you need to know some good smugglers. I can't say things like that, can I? You need to have generous friends who regularly travel internationally and can visit the duty-free lounge. Absolutely, definitely nothing to do with my Turkish best friends who God, you might wonder why there are so many Turkish barbers springing up all over the place. I don't know if it's the same way you are, but within in Ripley, on that town square alone, the square where the restaurant is, there are about 11 Turkish barbers. And you think, well, how can they all stay in business? It's because it's just a front. It's just a front. The real business is something very different indeed. Oh dear. If you want anything at the right price, go to your local Turkish barber, make friends with them, and oh dear. Little Lemon's dad wore Aqua de GM. Well, has he got any left over that he doesn't want? Saying the F word slang for SIGs will get you demonetized rather than showing the box. Get yourself some M&S slippers, much better than others, says Ross. And that is something I would love because my slippers have been on their last legs for a year. They're pretty much unwearable. So I would love some new slippers as well. I'll add those to the list. Yes, do it, Boaty. I love a nice aftershave, says Poppy's Travels, when a man walks past you and you can smell him, if you know what I mean. Yeah, well, like I say, it's been. Is there space for a cocktail bar in the Joseph Lloyd Lounge? I don't know. I haven't been up there. I've never been in the lounge, or I've only. I don't know. We're going to have to discover all of this together. When I get the keys, when it's done, I will do a video walk around tour. It'll be number 2 in the new Airbnb series. And then in the live streams, we'll discuss what the bloody hell we're going to do with it. Because I'm relying on you lot. I'm relying on you lot to tell me what to do. That is my business plan. That, you know, I'll film it. You tell me what to do. I'll do it. Job's a good one. So, you know, no pressure. No pressure, guys. But if it all goes wrong, it'll be your fault. That's an interesting comment. Spam Gwyn. The Mr. Joseph Lloyd Leisure Lounge. Right then, darlings. I'm going to call it a day at that. It's, I'll call it a day in a minute, and then we'll have done the hour. And I don't want to cheat you. I don't want you to have less than the hour. I'm going to say a massive thank you to Pocahontas 100 for the card and for all of the support over the time. I'm also going to say hello to, was it Black Lines? It was double B, and I always get Black Lines and Bad Books mixed up. But the lovely comments about, you know, if I don't see you over the Christmas period, thank you for all of the entertainment, which I thought was very sweet. But you know, nil desperandum, darlings, if you will excuse a bit of Latin. Assuming I can get my ass out of bed at a reasonable time, we're going to do a lunch live tomorrow, and I love those. I missed a voice massage right at the death. Here we go.
I think it'd be fun getting a Joseph Lloyd there to do the grand opening of the whole place, like with the ribbons there.
I'll film it.
And people can meet him, it'd be funny. Okay, no problem, sir, thank you.
That could be a genius idea. I hadn't thought about getting somebody to open it. What about having a massive opening party and inviting all of the great and the good of YouTube? You know, Mr. Joseph Lloyd, Captain Mustard, Steve Berry, Shitting Me Nighty, Dan's Bangers. Excuse me. Right, I really do need to bugger off it. God almighty, I'm knackered, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm really touched that so many of you have been willing to stay up extra late to spend a bit of time with me, but it's all good now. It is all good. We're going to do Sunday Lunch Live tomorrow. You can have an unmanned live if you want one, or if you're fed up with them by now, that's absolutely fine too. I need to go to work a little bit earlier than normal tomorrow, so I'm going to try and get lunch on the table at a decent time. We've got a busy old night tomorrow. I do need to get in a little bit early, but we've got lunchtime live tomorrow. We've got Sunday night live. Then I'm with Mustard on Monday, which will give you some videos. We've got a Christmas joint live, me and the M11, Monday night, 10 o'clock. Don't even think about missing that. You'd be absolutely mad. And then we're into Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. And oh God, there's going to be all sorts. I'm going to do, well, there's going to be a Christmas night live. Obviously, you know all about that. There will be Christmas Eve live as normal. You might get 2 lives on Boxing Day, because I'm going to do my Christmas lunch. I bought some bits for it. They're in the fridge. I'm going to do my Christmas lunch on Boxing Day, like I always did when we were married, because as I explained earlier, the kids were always at the dad's. We did our Christmas Day, Boxing Day. So I might do that as a live. And there's going to be loads of fun stuff coming up. Good evening, Steve McDonald. Now, obviously, over the Christmas period, many of you, some of you, many of you, most of you, whatever, are going to be tied up doing family stuff. I'm just going to carry on as normal. I'll be there, and you can dip in and out if you're able to and if you choose to. If you're not able to, or if you'd rather not, I completely understand. I'm delighted that you will be enjoying the festive period with your nearest and dearest, and we will all just catch up whenever we can. On that note, darlings, it is now 1:03. I've done the hour. It's I'm going to be hanging out my ass for tomorrow's live, aren't I? Yeah, so thank you so much for your company tonight. It's been absolutely lovely. Hope you had an amazing time with Emma. Thank you for letting me be the after party. I don't feel as if I've done a very good job of it tonight, to be honest. It's all been a bit flustered and last minutey and latey and whatnot. I'm going to, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. As soon as I finish this, late as it is, I'm going to watch the most recent episode of Gavin and Stacey. So that is the Christmas special from whenever it was, you know, the latest one, so that I'm completely up to speed and ready for the big day on the 25th. And I'm going to get my supper and maybe have a little tidy round so that this place doesn't look like a total shit heap for tomorrow's live. But I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow lunchtime. At 12 o'clock, I think we start them, don't we? Assuming that I get out of bed before 12 o'clock. And I will try. So let me thank you again. Let me wish you a safe and peaceful night. Let me wish you a good day ahead. And let's just get a bed, shall we? For goodness sake, much love from me. Thank you so much, and see you at some point, hopefully tomorrow. And on that note, pachoo, and indeed a very late night, straight early morning. Bosh.